starts here. Stop the starters on
Okay, folks, here we are on the 11th of the month of December, and this is the festivity, and you're going to see all the goodies over here. We're going to go over and take a look at the goodies. Okay. Now we got a rule: nobody can go home until this is all gone. Okay. Whoa, so great! And these are the No Housing Royal Vista group over here. And this is the rest of them over here, and they have door prizes up there on the table. Okay, and I'm the photographer back here. Gonna do a little video for my YouTube channel. This is the Shadow Rowland Heights here, and I'll make a little adjustment. Okay. Okay, check out all the people that are coming in. We have people from the school district here. Okay. We have there's John Bella of the Water District. He's got water on the brain. Get that one. Get that one. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Hello. I want to apologize. I haven't been able to engage you lately, but I got my business squared away, so we're going to be back to see you. And that's the Rowland Unified School District people, because they love the Rowland Heights Advocate here. Okay, we're going to go on a little pause. Uh-oh. That's Cary.
7 o'clock, and please be seated. Take a seat. Thank you. Okay, good evening, everyone. Hi, Student Council. December General Meeting called to order by Cary Chen. At 7 o'clock. Flag salute. I'd like to ask the Superintendent of the Schools, the Rowland Unified School District, Dr. Mitchell, to lead us. Dr. Mitchell.
Okay, that was the applause there, and there she is.
Please rise for the Pledge of
People are
Allegiance.
rising for the Pledge of
And the
Allegiance.
right hand over your heart. And ready to begin.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Mitchell. And Dr. Mitchell and Rowland Unified School District has Deputy Superintendent Alex Claus here with us. And thank you. And I'd like you to meet the board of RHCCC. Vice President Yvette Romo, please raise your hand. And Vice President Maria Kramer. And Vice President Henry Wu is not here tonight. And the Treasurer, Linda Paul. Linda? Oh, Linda's over there at the back. And Wanda, historian. Wanda. Okay, thank you. And there are the board for the council. We're going to have fun. We're going to have food and drink, and fun, and win the raffle. We have a gift for everyone celebrating the holidays, and also we have a business to do. So please enjoy the evening. And tonight we have two guest speakers, John Kang from Royal Vista Resident Project, and the speakers from Safe Royal Vista community group, and they will present after the community report. So let me invite the Deputy Claudia Maldonado for a community report from Watership Station.
Good evening, everybody. I haven't been here for the past two meetings. We've been tasked with other assignments, so I've been doing that. As far as our stats for October, we still keep getting, our numbers are very high for vehicle burglaries. Last month we had 16, and in November we had 43. And like I stated before, I read through all these reports, and it's the items that people are leaving in their car is unfortunate because it's expensive items, it's laptops, it's credit cards, passports, all kinds of stuff. So please make sure that you guys are not leaving stuff like that. As you guys know, the holidays are here, so people are breaking into vehicles more often, breaking into houses more often, breaking into businesses more often. So please just secure your items inside your house. If you go shopping for Christmas presents, my suggestion is you drive home or you drive somewhere and you drop them off and then continue your shopping. A lot of cars that get broken into, people are putting their gifts in the back seat and making it, physical ready. As far as anything else, that's our biggest crime for November. November 3rd, we assisted Public Works with the cleaning up of the RVs on San Jose and Fairway. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that area. We had multiple RVs that were parked. Some were inoperable. There was one in particular that had a lot of debris everywhere. We got partnered with Host and Industry Station, and as of today, that whole street is clear of RVs. They were offered services. The people who didn't want to take the services, they pretty much asked them if they could move their RV because those places are supposed to be parked at between certain hours, and the ones that were not operable were towed. November 28th, we assisted Department of Public Health and Public Works in contacting pop-up food vendors. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what pop-up food vendors are, but it's not the food trucks. It's the people that are coming with their pop-up tents and their tables and they're cooking on the street. So public health focuses on them because of the sanitary conditions. They came and we did an operation with them. They confiscated food, they issued citations, and according to what they told us, they go based off of complaints. So if you have any complaints of pop-up food vendors in your area, there's a phone number I can give you, and there's also, if you call law enforcement, we can go and assist you in making a complaint, but at the end of the day, they're the ones that take care of that. So we assist them. So they're telling us that they're gonna come out more times during the year to contact the pop-up vendors, but like I said, they focus on them and not the trucks. We have a shop with a coffee event on December 12th. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that event from Walnut Station. We partner with Rowland School District and the Family Resource Center. They pick 5 families that are in need for financially for Christmas. We take them to dinner and then we take them to Walmart where they do a little shopping spree and then they get to go home with nice new stuff. Our reserves in Diamond Bar are doing sleigh in Rowland Heights. So sometime during the 3rd week of December, they collect a bunch of toys and they're gonna go onto a street in Rowland Heights with a big sleigh, calling out neighborhood children to come out and they get a present. So if you have any toys that you would like to donate, you could donate it to either Momo Paradise Restaurant. They have a big box where we're collecting presents, or you can go to the Walnut Share Station and just drop a toy off and we will be sure to give it out to the kids. Please be safe during the holidays. It's a crazy time right now. Beware your surroundings, beware where you're parking your cars. I know everybody heard about the incident at Costco and how unfortunate that was, but you just gotta make sure that we're watching our surroundings, that we're watching each other, and that we're calling law enforcement as quick as we can rather than recording to just get them out there and start looking for all these suspects. Any questions, comments, concerns? Yes.
Just information, I'll be doing a video on it tomorrow, that there are 2 RVs. They've been about 6 months there on
Okay,
break.
well, you can call it into the station and we'll go over there and we'll talk to them and see if they're the same RVs that we kicked out of San Jose and Fairway. And then we'll issue.
No, these are over on Brea Canyon cutoff,
So you can
but
call
I'll be
us
doing a
and give us
video for you.
License plate, and we'll take care of that.
Yeah, okay.
About a week or 10 days ago, there was a robbery in the hospital in military. And with that, we see you put the sheriff patrol car and a deputy there. And is this going to be permanent or is it going to be just the?
So city and industry pays their deputies extra overtime for their businesses.
Oh, so they're not from
Now,
the station.
the way we benefit from it is that most of their businesses are on Colima, where our residents shop. So they have, people at Costco, at Ulta, at Target, and it's overtime spots that they pay, and city industry pays for their deputies to keep an eye on the businesses during the shopping rush. Now, we also benefit from Valley and Grand because they also send deputies across the street from Walnut Station is industry. So they have deputies on that side of the street as well. So even though they're not Walnut Sheriff deputies, we still reap the benefits because all our residents shop right there on Colima, so. But it's temporary, it's only for the holidays. Yeah, so it's a good thing, because that deputy is dedicated to whatever store he's assigned to, which is Costco, Lowe's, Home Depot, Ulta, Target, Best Buy. They all have a deputy for the shopping hours. That's good. Anybody else?
Hi, can you hear me? I'm with the Buckboard Day Parade, and I'd just like to present the Sheriff's Department for the years that they've helped us out with the parade, with a nice certificate. And here you go.
Thank you. Okay, no picture. Just like this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good, next speaker, I'd like to invite the California Highway Patrol also to.
Good evening, everyone. Is this on? Officer Toll, California Highway Patrol, Santa Fe Springs Area Station. I'm one of your community outreach policing service officers here in Vancouver, or Rowland Heights. I only have a couple things. Last month, we had 48 traffic collisions investigated as opposed to 58 last year. So it's a 15% decrease in traffic collisions in the unincorporated portions of Rowland Heights. It might be partially due to weather, might be partially due to our enforcement, partially due to you guys. Who cares what it is, we'll take it, we appreciate it. This Saturday, our Santa Fe Springs Station is doing it's called Operation Jingle All the Way. We're shutting down the street in front of our station, we're giving away the toys that you see on KCAL9 and CBS that we do chips for kids. We did a live remote last Wednesday at Lakewood Mall and we collected 5,000 toys. So when we say, it's not just a saying that we give back to the kids in our community, we actually do give back to the kids in our community. Applebee's is donating, I think, 1,000 meals. We're having games. We've got our helicopter bringing Santa Claus. He's going to land in the street at 10 o'clock. So it's a big to-do. Our PIO, Officer Salazar, is running with this as much as he can until he gets told no. So he's trying to get away with what he can. And lastly, we took a complaint at the office over the phone from one of our residents here on Colima and Greencastle. They were talking about motorists in the morning making illegal U-turns and when it stops. Well, Officer Ruiz is out there in the afternoon patrolling that area, and the resident contacted Officer Ruiz and said, "Wait a minute, I'm the one that complained that you cited my son for failing to stop sign." So we're equal opportunity enforcers. We don't discriminate against anybody. So, and this was her words exactly. Why don't you go after the people that are running the stop signs that, you know, we're working class people, go after the other people. Again, we can't tell working class people from high class people from, you know, who else? Everybody, if you're a violator, you're a violator. And if you're gonna hurt somebody with a car, we're gonna make sure you're cited for it. So, if you call in a complaint, just be aware that you may be one of the ones who be cited. So, it's what we do. So, with that, I'll take any questions, comments, concerns. Anybody? All right. Hope to see you guys Saturday at our station. It'll be from 10 to 2.
The County of Los Angeles, I'd like to invite Ryan Serrano, representing First District of the County Supervisors.
Thank you, Cary. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ryan Serrano. I serve as Supervisor Solis' Senior Field Deputy. And on behalf of Supervisor Solis, I want to first and foremost start off by saying happy holidays. This is a great turnout, everybody. You know, it's usually about 10 or so folks in here. So to see as many of you come out and enjoy the holiday cheer, let's give it up for that real quick. So I just wanted to provide a quick update on some of the things that are going on in the county. Right now, with the animal care and control, they have a offer for huskies. We have waived the fees for just the fees, but they waived the fees to adopt huskies. As right now, we have quite a few huskies. If you know anything about huskies, they actually are very playful, very energetic. They love to run around. So if you guys are looking for a Christmas gift for that little one at home, this would be a great one. Additionally, this Saturday, we will be hosting a hazardous waste removal. So if you have anything at home that you're not sure how to get rid of, whether it be old car batteries, oil, you know, anything you can think of that's hazardous, you can bring that down to the Brackett Airport in Burn, and that'll be this Saturday from 9 to 11. And then finally, I did want to say there was one more item, which is currently escaping me at the moment, but I will be here throughout the night. You guys can come up to me, ask me some questions. Of course, Roy, go ahead.
Okay, this is going to be a question, believe it or not. Is it true that in 2019, Supervisor Solis voted to suspend or stop the construction of the new men's jail, which was like a $1.7 billion project, and hence we still have what was popularly referred to as the dungeons. Is that true that she was, and Catherine Barger was the only one of the supervisors that voted to keep it going?
Sounds like you already know the answer to that question, Roy.
Well, it's for the rest of the people. It's not for me, okay? But is that true? And also in 2019, didn't she go thumbs down on a 2,000-bed psych facility? And the rationale, could you tell me what the rationale was? And of course, Catherine Barger was.
I don't have that information right at the top of my mind.
It was too much like a jail.
Discuss this more with you on the side.
Well, this is what we want to know about our supervisor.
I have a really simple question. Did hazardous waste include batteries and light bulbs?
Yes. Anyone yes?
Including the photography.
Yes, electronics as well. Electronic waste. So if you have old cell phones, VCRs, DVD players, anything that you just don't want to have.
Those stolen cell
Ink,
phones.
yes.
You can bring
Ink.
them up.
It's a great opportunity to get rid of that stuff. Seeing no other questions, thank you all for being here tonight.
Thank you. So next, I'd like to invite Congresswoman Linda Sanchez, the representative from Yosera Ortiz. Not here, and I'd like to next to Josh Newman's office. Christina.
Hi everyone, my name is Christiane. I am a district representative at Senator Josh Newman's office. As you may know, the package for the upcoming legislative year. This past year, we were able to get 7 bills passed the legislature and signed into law by the governor. Some of those bills include education bills, including one that encourages community colleges to invest in mathematics, engineering, science programs. Also, another bill that promotes e-waste to have e-waste recycling in-state instead of shipping it off, which actually helps us to cut costs and is more sustainable for the environment. One other thing that I wanted to mention is we're actually hosting a toy drive and a meet and greet if you ever wanted to be a senator or if you want to help come join the holiday spirits. December 19th, next Tuesday from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Fullerton Museum Center Plaza, just about 8 miles down Fullerton, and we hope to see you all there. All the toys, we'll be collecting donations for new unwrapped toys, and those are all going to be going to military families, specifically military families at the Marine Corps base in 29 Palms. If you didn't know, that is the largest military base in the world, I believe. About 40% of those families are actually eligible for welfare, and so we're really happy and excited to be able to provide these toys directly to those kids and help them have some holiday cheer. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, sir?
But just for information, it's known wide that the lower enlisted ranks of the United States military across the board qualify for social assistance throughout the United States of America. And now a request that the Senator help Police Chief Luna of Los Angeles County. He had 2 articles in the Los Angeles Times. They're in dire straits to break the criminal cycle within and to separate the jails from the sheriff's department. They should be 2 ones. Should be corrections portion and then the deputies. That you don't have this mixed culture situation, and that's a primary reason why we are where we are today. And the other thing is we need some money, lots of money. Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes, sir?
Senator Newton, do you know where electronic waste final destination is in this country or another country? You don't. Exactly the same thing.
Yes, of course. I'll get your contact information and I can look into that for you, sir. Thank you.
Is Kyle Miller here? Senator Bob Archuleta's office.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas. My name is Kyle Miller. I represent Senator Bob Archuleta. We currently jointly serve, along with Senator Newman's office, this area of Rowland Heights. Very glad to be here. I'm going to use my time. As Christiane said, we're in recess from legislative session, and the senators in the district. As a matter of fact, just today we were over in the Rowland Heights Water District to help them and met with them about securing and strengthening their water supply for the region. So we're doing things like that, but I wanted to make it short and say and focus on constituent services. So if you have any issue with a state agency, DMV, Employment Development Department, Caltrans, anything like that, that's what we're here for. We pass laws in Sacramento, but down here in the district, we're here for constituents. We have a district office in Norwalk, and so we want to just let you know that we're available. I will be happy to talk to you after I sit down, give you my card. I'm going to give you the number, which is 562-406-1001. And feel free to contact us with any issue. That's part of our job description, is putting you in touch with agencies and help you resolve your issues. So that's all I have, and I'd be happy to take any questions or perhaps a statement from Roy.
Yeah, get what I told the young lady, ditto for your boss there. And one other thing, if you can divulge to us, did the senator do a thumbs up on that legislation where the toy departments are going to be fined $500 per incident if they don't have a gender-neutral toy section? Did he sign thumbs up on that? Because to me, if
Roy,
that's what's
I'm
going,
not aware of that.
thank you,
that
thank you,
legislation,
thank you.
so I don't know. But I'd be happy to give you my card and get back to you. I don't know. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
I just want to say thank you to the Senior Art Collector's Office for giving us our certificate of appreciation at the Chamber of Commerce dinner.
Oh, yes.
I appreciate that very much. I have administrative discharge from the Marine Corps, and I was surprised to get a certificate of appreciation. And I appreciate it.
Well, you know, as you may know, the senator is chair of the Military and Veterans Affairs Commission for the State Senate and a former combat veteran, so it's our pleasure to do that. Thank you for your service. Anything else? Okay, thank you very much, and have a great holiday. Thanks, sir.
So next, Assemblywoman Lisa Calderon's representative. Is there anyone from Lisa Calderon's office? So, next speaker is Rowland Unified School District and Cary Chen. So I invite myself to speak. Okay, hello everyone. Rowland Unified School District thank our community for their support of our families in need during the holidays. This past Friday, the district annual Adopt and Shop served more than 150 families and 300 children with the present thanks to generosity of the event sponsors. In addition, canned food, canned goods, and donations are being collected at all school sites for our annual RHCCC holiday baskets. With the assistance of our partner, the Walnut Valley Rotary, and the donations from our community, fresh produce and the turkey along with canned food will be provided to 140 families this season. This week, we invite the community to enjoy music performances at the district's Performing Arts Center at Rowland High School tomorrow night, Tuesday, December 12th at 7 p.m. Enjoy the orchestra performances by Alvarado, Rowland High School, and the District High School Orchestra. General admission is $5. On Wednesday, December 13th at 7 p.m., enjoy the Winter Band concert featuring Alvarado Intermediate Band and the Rowland High School's Jazz Ensemble and the Symphony Band. Tickets are $5 at the door. Thank you very much. And the next day,
Cary, I have a question for you.
I
I have a question for you about school districts. Is that okay?
Go ahead.
I put in an agenda item to have the Bond Oversight Committee meetings be on Zoom so we could see where our money's going and how they're handling that. And I was unable to follow up on that because I had other commitments. What was the vote on that?
Right, and this is school district business, and please watch the.
Yeah, well, can't you just answer the question? Was it thumbs up, thumbs down? That's all. And these people, it's their money too.
Okay, Mount Antonio College representative, Dr. Chen Hagaki, she's not here, but, yeah, go please.
You mentioned concerts that were basically south of the tracks. What about the performances north of the tracks? That might involve Nogales or
Yeah, you're right, because our performance center is in Rowland High School, and sometimes in some concert, it's held on the north side of the track, which is in Nogales High School.
is there any plan for that?
Yeah, we had done it before, and Dr. Mitchell is here. Dr. Mitchell,
So the Performing Arts Center is for the entire school district. It's located on the campus of Rowland High School, but it serves all 20 of our district schools. So Nogales, Giano, and the elementary schools that are on the north side of our district also perform at the Performing Arts Center. The most recent ones that are coming up, we just had a play from Nogales High School. We just had a music concert from Nogales High School. The ones that Cary mentioned are the ones that are coming this week, starting tomorrow, and that just happens to be Rowland High School. But it is a facility used by all schools in our district, including our elementary schools.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Does Rowland High School still have the very excellent auto shop program that they used to have?
It's good, yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, go back to Mount Centennial College. Dr. Haggerty is not here tonight, but she asked me to share. The next meeting, general meeting, RHCCC general meeting, and the new president of Mount Seth, Dr. Garcia, and she will be here to meet with everybody. So this, she will, Dr. Garcia will come, will be here with Dr. Haggerty in January. Okay, so we are ready for the general meeting presentation. The first presenter.
We're going to go over some little housekeeping rules. Each presenter is going to have 11 minutes to speak. Then the next presenter will have 11 minutes to speak. And then at the end of both presentations, there will be questions and answers. Okay? Does everybody understand? So if your presentation runs 20 minutes, you're going to be stopped at 11.
Or we'll keep time. Okay, Mr. John Kang from Royal Vista Residential Project, and Vice President of the Project Dimensions Operator. John?
Thanks, Cary. Thanks for having us tonight, everyone. Appreciate you giving us some time to talk about our Royal Vista residential project. I was here a year ago in November of 2022 to talk to you about our project, and I gave a presentation at this meeting, and I hope some of you were at that meeting. I won't be giving that same presentation tonight. I'm assuming that you have a basic understanding of our project, but during Q&A, if I don't cover something, just let me know. We can go backwards and I can fill you in. But what I would like to do tonight is talk about what's happened since the last time I came and met with you about a year ago. What's changed since we last met? What's been accomplished since we last met? I want to talk about some misconceptions and misinformation, and how you can comment on the draft environmental impact report, which is out now for public review, and then we'll answer your questions at the end. So what's happened since we met last November 2022? The county held a scoping meeting for the environmental impact report. Many of you were probably in attendance at that meeting. That was in December of 2022, right after we presented to you back then. July 10th of this year, the Department of Regional Planning came to this meeting and made a presentation on their housing element update related to their RHNA requirements, or the Residential Housing Needs Assessment. And hopefully some of you were here, and these are slides from that presentation. I wanted to share just a few highlights from that with you so you have an understanding of what the county is up against as it relates to the housing crisis. The state has asked the county to provide for zoning and land use in their housing element for 90,000 additional homes in the unincorporated area of LA County. Those would fall into 4 affordability categories: extremely low, low, moderate, and above moderate. Our project is proposing to have 82 for-sale homes in that moderate category, and then the balance, 278 homes, in the above moderate, which is the regular market rate housing. They talked about the housing types that they want to see throughout the unincorporated county, and there's 7 types up here. We are not proposing the red X as accessory dwelling units or apartment buildings or mixed use or mobile homes. What we are proposing are 200 single-family detached homes, 88 duplex and triplex homes, and 72 townhomes. When they look to place these units and locate them throughout the county, these are the criteria that they use. They don't want them in the coastal zone. They don't want them in high fire hazard severity zones. They don't want them in significant ecological areas, and they don't want them in hillside management areas. And our project site isn't in any of those categories, so it makes sense that maybe some homes would be proposed in those areas because we are near transit. We are served by existing infrastructure because we're an infill project. But in Rowland Heights, all of Rowland Heights, there are no affordable units proposed as part of that 90,000. Even the units in our project are not a part of that. So you see the red circle here, that's Rowland Heights. And you can see there aren't any bright yellow areas within there. And this is a slide from their report. The yellow areas were where they were proposing to rezone properties for those homes. Supervisor Solis, your supervisor in the 1st District, made a statement in her newsletter in June of this year. And she said the only way out of this housing crisis is to build more housing of all kinds. And that's what we're trying to do with our project. I showed you a slide like this a year ago as to where we are in the timeline and the tasks that we're trying to accomplish. And the green line, number 5, is where we were a year ago. And now we're down at where the red line is during the public review and comment period for the draft environmental impact report. After that, we'll go, the county will do responses to comments they receive on the EIR, and then this project will go before the Regional Planning Commission and then the Board of Supervisors for their review. So what's changed since we met in last November? Not a lot has changed related to our project. There is one thing I want to talk to you about, and that's the public parks that we had talked about a year ago. There was just under 7.5 acres of public parks proposed, and those are now going to be just open space areas available to the public, but they won't be planned parks. So those 2 green areas, the red arrows pointing to the green areas, Plan Area 4 and Plan Area 6, were the public parks. And there was some discussion at the meeting a year ago that some people weren't real keen on those public parks and all the improvements we were planning on putting there. And there were comments along the lines of, why don't you just leave them the way they are, make them available for people to use. So that's what we're doing. This is our new land use plan. The only thing that's changed is Plan Area 4 here and Plan Area 6. Those are now open space, and I'll show you what that means. So this is the large park, 5.8 acres, that was proposed a year ago. A significant program of activity areas and tot lots and parking lots and things. What we're going to do now, this is an aerial photograph of that area. It's going to stay exactly the way you see it, but the green, light green circles are additional trees we'll be planting in that area. And then it'll stay just like that, open to the public. It'll be maintained by the homeowners association, but anyone can use it. This is the smaller park that had a dog park in it, had a tot lot and a parking lot. This is an aerial photo of that area. We're going to do the same thing, just adding trees, no parking lots, just open space. So, speaking about trees, our property has about 411 trees right now. 100 of those trees are palm trees, and there are no protected trees on our site, meaning there's no oak trees. There are 5 oak trees adjacent to our property. There's no impact to those with our project. We won't be encroaching into their protected zones. We'll be removing 367 of those 411 trees, so 100 of those will be palm trees. We're going to be planting 1,820 additional trees, including oaks and other California native trees. So a net gain of 1,450 trees, that's 4 times the number of trees that are on the property today. So what's been accomplished since we last met? A lot's been accomplished. Our tentative track map has been prepared and cleared. It was prepared by our engineering and design team. It was reviewed by all county departments multiple times. We made revisions, and it was cleared by all county departments. Our draft environmental impact report was prepared by the county, by their consultant, reviewed by the county planning staff, reviewed by the county's outside legal counsel, reviewed by all county departments, cleared by all county departments, and it's now available for public review through January 5th. The executive summary, by the way, is translated into Spanish and English, so you can see that on the county's website, or you can go to our website, there's a link to it there. These are the topics that were covered in the EIR, long list. These were all discussed at the county's scoping meeting, and we can go into more detail on this later if you want, but I've got limited time. So there were 6 areas of controversy identified by the public during the notice of preparation period, and these are those 6 categories: biological resources, air quality, health and safety during construction, hydrology due to flooding, noise due to construction, and then traffic due to adding new residential homes. All of these topics are covered in the EIR, so I implore you to check that out if you have questions about these topics. Misconceptions and information. So there are a number of things that have been said out in the public on websites that I want to clear up. And I want to share with you just some simple facts about our project site and about our project. This is the homepage for the Save Royal Vista Open Space group that you're going to hear from later tonight. On their page, in their section about us, it says a few things that I want to clear up. Underlined in red, it says that our project site is the last available undeveloped area in Rowland Heights. Simply not true. It's not undeveloped. It was developed 60 years ago. It was filled, graded, planted with grass, ornamental vegetation, landscaping. It's been watered and mowed and fertilized and sprayed with fertilizer and pesticides and herbicides for over 60 years. So fully developed buildings, etc. This is the Rowland Heights Community General Plan, and in this, if you aren't aware of it, please give it a read. Section 5 talks about conservation and open space. There's a lot of information on this slide, but basically what it says is the county wants to conserve open space that are native, that are hillsides, that have native vegetation, have coastal sage scrub, have woodlands, and then they identify where those places are. The resource inventory says there are 4,500 acres of undeveloped land in Rowland Heights, undisturbed areas. And then they identify where those are. The 3 that you see listed here: Tonner Canyon, Powder Canyon, the Braille, and the oil field, which is the area energy property. Those are the natural conservation areas that should be protected by the county. Our 75-acre project is not a part of this. It's not a significant ecological area. They also say that our site has natural habitat. It doesn't. It's not natural. They also say conservation groups want to buy our property. We aren't aware of any. They show this on their website. It's a picture of a gnatcatcher, endangered species in California. They say that natural habitat for these species are on Royal Vista, and we're connected to the ecological corridor area for Puente Hills and Chino Hills. We're just not. There's no gnatcatcher habitat on our property. There aren't any gnatcatchers. The top photo, that's gnatcatcher habitat. You can see what it looks like. It's coastal sage scrub. You can see the site, the picture at the bottom, that's our site. It's not coastal sage scrub. Thank you. We're also not connected to the Chino Hills, the Puente Chino Hills Wildlife Corridor. This is an image from the Save or Hills for Everyone website. This shows the corridor. You can see our site is the blue star up at the top here, right there. This is the corridor down here. We're nowhere near it. You can see these other projects in red. These are potential development projects adjacent to that corridor. These are the things that should be talked about, not our project. Zooming in on that, we're almost 2 miles away from those areas, and what's in between our site and those areas, that corridor, is hundreds and hundreds of homes. How can you comment on the draft EIR? Here's who you can contact. I think there's a flyer over there. And Marie Pavlovic at the county is who you should email to or send a letter to. There's the address. And I think this flyer was available on the email blast that went out for this meeting tonight. So thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Thank you. The next speaker, I'd like to invite the group, Save Royal Vista. Please.
understanding the impact of dense development on our last open space. We are a grassroots community movement working to save our open space zone. We formed a 501c4 nonprofit in 2021. We are going to talk about the importance of saving this last sizable open space in unincorporated Rowland Heights. Where is Royal Vista?
It was built in 1963. Royal Vista sits between Fairway and Lemon on both the north and south sides of Colima. It's only 1.2 miles from the Puente Hills Significant Ecological Area. Royal Vista is an important wildlife corridor. It is the last sizable open space in our community. It is 157 acres of a carbon sink, absorbing carbon from the atmosphere, only a mile from the heavy carbon source of cars burning fossil fuels on the 57 and 60 freeways.
Why is Royal Vista important? Blue line streams weave through the property, forming a watershed. This open space is crucial for recharging the Puente Basin aquifer, filtering water into the ground. However, development with streets and housing units prevents water penetration, depleting the aquifer. Instead, rainwater flows into storm drains, carrying urban pollution to the ocean. Since 1970, habitat loss from development and extinction has led to the disappearance of 3 billion birds in North America. There are over 300 mature trees, as Mr. Kong said, on Royal Vista, more than 50 years old. They're going to cut down those ancient old trees and plant small trees. These trees enhance the environment by improving air quality, offering shade, contributing to urban cooling, and providing essential habitat for various species.
Now, why oppose the development? There is a legal document, a Declaration of Protective Restriction from 1961, which states certain parcels shall be used only for the purpose of a golf course until 2036. The development is also inconsistent with the Rowland Heights Community General Plan. The areas designated as open space are intended to remain undeveloped for the life of the plan. Page 17 of the Rowland Heights Community General Plan, 1981.
The proposed development is in red and blue. A different developer, SunJoint, the yellow area on the map, has purchased the remaining portions of the golf course and is proposing 420 units on 65 acres. The draft EIR for the current proposed development does not include the devastating environmental impact of the entire 157 acres. If both these developments are approved, this would mean close to 800 units and an additional 2,000 plus cars in this community. That's construction. This project is expected to take nearly 4 years, 6 days a week, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The first phase, including demolition, site preparation, grading, and excavation, will use over 11,400 truckloads with 50 hauls a day. The next phase of pouring foundations and building the units will take over 2 years, accompanied by the noise of trucks, construction, and nearly 40 deliveries a day.
Grading of 3.62 million cubic yards of soil is equivalent to 1,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Valley fever cannot be tested until the start of excavation. Fugitives thus can travel from miles, affecting a large area, not just those adjacent. One neighbor was diagnosed with severe valley fever during another development directly south of Royal Vista. There is no cure for VF, short for valley fever. Dust and other contaminants emerge and can potentially cause or aggravate asthma or lung illnesses.
Our community is in one of the nation's most densely populated areas and faces severe challenges. The 5760 freeway interchange, ranking the worst in California, the Grand Avenue Goods Transit Corridor, and our area is identified by AQMD as a sensitive receptor zone, heightening health risks due to vehicle pollutants. So what is the process? As you saw earlier, we are currently on step number 8, the public review and comment for the draft EIR. The project is not approved.
The choice is ours to make, a vibrant and beneficial open space that serves as a natural refuge, absorbing pollution and catching rainwater, contributing to a healthier environment for us all, or a dense development that adds traffic, crime, and congestion, diminishing the quality of our community.
So let's decide together the legacy we want for our neighborhood. Your input matters, share your thoughts, and help shape the future we all want to live in.
What can you do? Your input on the draft EIR is crucial. It ensures a collective voice in shaping the project's impact and addressing all the negative effects on our community's well-being and environment, our quality of life. Legally, every comment submitted to the draft EIR must receive a response. Together, we can collaborate to preserve our environment and create a future that is not only sustainable, but equitable for all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Now we open for questions and answers. And let me remind everyone, questions only. We have comments and we save it to the end, or early that and submit it to us. So we'll distribute it to the receiver. Any questions?
Yes. Are you for this project or are you against?
That's me?
You personally. Do you want all these houses? Do you want all this traffic? Do you want to destroy what we have?
Let me explain to you. RHCCC, I'm here representing RHCCC.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you as a human being living in my community, or my house, been there since 1969. What do you want?
Sorry, can I?
Do you live in our community?
Yes, I do. I live in Rowland Heights.
Are you near the golf course at all?
Near or far, I'm pretty close.
Just say yes. Are you
I'm here. Sorry, I'm here representing. I'm here tonight
You as a
representing.
person have
I'm,
no
I'm,
answer
I'm
to that.
representing RHCCC.
I think you know what you said.
Okay, next question, please.
Any more questions?
You answered the first one?
Here's my question. I just received this in the mail, I think maybe today, and it's a little, very kind of insignificant looking. I thought it was junk mail until I, thank goodness, looked at it a little more carefully. And it says Community Informational Meeting on Royal Vista Residential Project. Is that you?
Yes.
Okay. It was not a very, how many of you received this letter? This little teeny postcard? Are you aware there's supposed to be a meeting? Steve? Yeah, it's kind of, you know, that's, because it's not an envelope and it doesn't look very formal, so I think you probably have a very terrible turnout because nobody would notice this if it even didn't get stuck in your mail.
Thank you for your question. The first district asked us to have an additional meeting. It's going to be a repeat basically of tonight. It was mailed to people that live within 1,000 feet of the project. They just made the request a week ago for us. So it was sent out. That's the normal county process. You get a postcard notifying you of an event like this. So anyway, it's going to be exactly, I'm glad you're here tonight. You don't have to come Wednesday. If you want to, you're more than happy to come. It'll be the same information shared. It's just to try to reach a wider audience. So most of you knew about the meeting tonight. Some people can't make it tonight. They can come on Wednesday. It won't be anything different than tonight. Thank you.
Cary.
I haven't had an opportunity to read the environmental impact draft yet. Does it show any significant impacts in our environment and in our life around here?
Sure. Let me show you. I'm going to show you a slide that kind of will answer that question for you, so I don't have to run through the long list of items. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so I showed a slide earlier in my presentation. It might take just a second for it to wake up. So I showed you turn it off and turn it back on again. I'm going to talk really loud. So I showed you this slide earlier. All the writing was in white. You see some writing that's in green, it's kind of hidden. So all these topics were analyzed in the EIR.
Does he see the
The
light?
topics that are in green that you can't see very well, those are topics that in the EIR were found to not be of any significance. They didn't require any mitigation. The topics that are shown in white are topics where there were environmental impacts associated with these topics: air quality, biology, cultural resources. You can read them on the screen. So those topics have mitigation measures proposed to mitigate for those impacts. So that's the answer to your question.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, actually, it's a two-part question here. One, we have our state representatives here, and my reading from the state, for Sacramento, if you want to know where the stuff is rolling downhill, it's from them. And what I'm reading from Sacramento is full speed ahead down the torpedoes. Okay, we got to build because of the housing situation. So you can ask them. And number two, you never heard this before, Cary. Zoom.
Okay, is there a question to be asked by anyone? There will be additional meeting, but will the postcard the lady just mentioned be sent out again? Because as of today, I never ever even got anything from them.
So the invitation for the meeting on Wednesday is on our website. But if you didn't get an invitation, it probably means that either you don't live within 1,000 feet of our project boundary, or you don't own the property, because it was sent to property owners. Yeah. So it's not 1,000 feet of Royal Vista Golf Course. It's 1,000 feet of our project property.
Okay, next question over here.
I live in, very close to the golf course. My neighbor got an invitation for Wednesday, and I didn't get one, so it's not true.
Well, what I can tell you is we used the same mailing list that the county used related to the environmental impact report. So if you got a notice for the scoping meeting last year or previously in this year, if you got a notice about the notice of completion of the EIR available for review, it's the same exact mailing list. So we just used the county's list, went out to, it was 927 households within 1,000 feet of our project boundary. If you didn't get one, come and let me know your name and address afterwards, and we'll make sure you get added to a list of other interested parties, and we'll make sure you're included.
Excuse me, so how many poster cards are you sending out for this meeting?
927 posters, cards went out.
Yeah, how come my house is right on the golf course, we did not receive it?
Well,
And my neighbor.
same answer I just gave to her, and if you didn't get one, I apologize.
Yeah, I think beside the postcard that we are, deserve for more specific serve ladders for all kinds of the meeting for the future.
Yes.
You cannot just a postcard or this per the state process and standard procedures.
So that
But we
that's-
all knowingly, there is purposely, I'm assuming, to use a very fine print in sending out all the notice in order to avoid it, all those against the voice.
No, not at all. We're trying to, and the first district is really behind this meeting on Wednesday. They want it held so that more people can have the opportunity to come, hear about the project, ask questions. So that's not the intent at all, but if you didn't get a card and you're in the audience tonight, please give me your name and your address afterwards, and you want to be notified in the future. What you should do really is email Marie in the planning department, who's on the notices. on
It's
the
not
desk over
like
there.
we should do, actually, we're thinking about it, you guys should do.
Well, we use the county's list, planning department's list. They run the list for their other notifications, and we just were allowed to use those.
Okay,
Next
question over here. I have a question for this World Vista, Save World Vista team. One recommendation, we don't get the postcard, but we can do a great deal as residents to communicate to other people because it impacts our lives. So what recommendation does the team have in terms of responding to that EIR?
One thing I would suggest is that we need to have more people objecting to it than just the people who are directly affected and living on the golf course. The larger that our community sees that this is a community issue, not a neighborhood issue, the more we can get all of Rowland Heights commenting on it. That's when things can change. If it's just the few of us who live there, nothing's gonna happen, it's gonna get plowed through. So the more we can get it out in the community, that will make a difference.
I remember when the first time they were gonna do this, that gym
Was full.
was full, and there wasn't anyone in that gym who said they wanted it. That was the whole community. And now they're cutting it down so that it becomes more and more difficult. The other thing I noticed in reading the environmental report, and this may be a nit, but they said, all of the debris is going to go to the landfill in Brea. And they said that the trucks are gonna go down Lambert. Now, my question is, has anyone talked to Brea about that? Because it's my understanding, and I drive that road an awful lot, that it's illegal for trucks to go that way. They have to go down to Imperial Highway and come back up. Okay, that may be a nit, but the question I have is if that's a nit, what other things are in there that aren't right?
Anybody answer that question?
If I can clarify what you said, Tom? When you were asked what was in the draft environmental impact report that shows an effect to our community, and it's over 700 pages. I don't have time to read, and nor do I understand everything, but I did understand this. 3 significant and unavoidable environmental effects: greenhouse gas emissions, noise and transportation. And it says, even with mitigation, these areas cannot be reduced to a less than significant level. And I'm not an expert. I just pulled that out. So I think what people are saying is, let's be more transparent. Let's really try to get the community in.
Okay, there's a question back here that's been waiting patiently.
Yes,
Here you go.
Here you go. Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Guadalupe with Supervisor Solis' office. Indeed, I just wanted to respond to a comment made by the representative. Yes, our office did ask the developer that it was important for our office that they have a community meeting because, you know, we wanted to make sure that as many folks be aware of the project and of the process to submit, you know, the comments on the draft EIR. We just wanted to get the word out, and so they did send out, they set up a meeting for the 13th at the clubhouse at the golf course, and I would like, you know, for the developer rep to, you know, inform folks, you know, just provide the information so that we can have as many folks attend if they have any other, you know, comments or questions. That's in the spirit of transparency, we asked.
So you repeat that, because people don't even know when this is.
Oh, let me give you that information. It's on the 13th at 7 p.m. at the Royal Vista Golf Course Clubhouse, Regency Room, 20055 Colima Road, Rowland Heights, at 7 p.m. We hope you could join us. If you have any other questions or you have neighbors, feel free to share.
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I have a question for Solis' office. Why isn't the county here tonight? A question for Solis' office. Yeah, why isn't the county here?
I think there was a statement that everyone received. I don't know if Cary read it out at the beginning of the meeting. There's a statement that regional planning released. Normally they don't come to the meetings during this period. Again, we want to make sure that folks submit their comments to the proper channels. And I believe that statement should have been read. Did that get read out? Please read it out. I think that was specifically stated for the leadership of RHCCC to read it out so that folks know the proper channels. Because even if you tell us your comments, what's going to be valid is you submitting it through the proper channels. And if Cary, someone from, could you read it for the, please? That was submitted for everyone. Or, I could read it as well if we don't have it right here. Let me get it. Just, you have it, right? Okay. Let's take the next question, and I'll make sure we read it. Somebody else have a question? I see a question over here.
I have a question for the developer. I was at the meeting last year, November 22, and you said that, you had a proposed plan with the park, and you hadn't even mentioned walking trails. We passed out, development planning. For the changes that you made, you said you made some changes. Do you have the new plan, the new revised plan?
I do, and I had it up on the screen. I'll show it to you.
Yeah, I saw it on the screen, but that was just a quick,
Yeah, I'd be happy to show it to you.
You passed out one to everyone last year, so that we can see how each area was affected by the golf course. I mean, with the homes building on the golf course. Also, okay, you said that there were some, because at first you had mentioned something about walking trails.
Yeah, so our project is 75 acres total. 37% of the 75 acres is dedicated as open space for the public use. And within the open space, which are the green areas.
So the green areas are the open space?
Yes. you have the pointer there, Christine? Leave it there. Sorry, thank you. So there are two large open space areas, which are this area here, Plan Area 4, that's 5.8 acres. And then this area down below, Plan Area 6, that's 1.59 acres. So those were going to be the public parks. They're now just going to be open space. The red squiggly lines you see throughout the entire project that go through these open space areas and the other green areas, those are the recreational trails. And there's over 2 miles of recreational trails, and they connect to the existing streets surrounding our project and to the neighborhoods in our new development. So anybody can use those. Along the pathway, you see these small green circles? Right there's one, there's another one here. They're all over the place. These are outdoor exercise equipment, benches, seating, shade structures, activity areas. There's some bocce ball, and they're available for everyone. They're managed by the homeowners association, and anybody can use them. And within our project approvals, it says that these are for public use. Anyone?
Okay, just one more question.
Sure.
And then,
We can come back to you if you
okay,
think of it later.
Okay, we have a question here?
Yeah, you mentioned the homeowners association. Where is that going to be at?
So
I live on a golf course, I live on Emerald Meadow Drive, and I don't have an HOA.
No, you don't. There aren't any HOAs except for one around the golf course, just the Harvard Estates.
Right.
They're the only HOA that's over in this area here.
So what do you mean, who's going to manage
This is
HOA?
This is the new homeowners association for the homes that we will be building. They will have a homeowners association that maintains all of the roads within this project are privately owned and maintained. It's not gated though. They're open for anyone to drive through just like a public street, but they're maintained by the homeowners association. The open space areas, the trails, they'll all be maintained by the homeowners association. So the people who live in the new homes will pay homeowners fees to do all that maintenance that everyone gets to use in the community, not just them. There aren't any private recreational facilities in this project.
The open area is going to be open to, as we call it, the homeless people will be able to camp in there, sleep in there, and have anybody addressed with the sheriff's department or what this development is going to increase in their area?
Good question. So public services is one of the topics in the environmental impact report, and police, sheriff, fire, all of those public services are discussed in there. So look at that. The good news though about the open space in this project is it's privately owned. So when you have a homeless encampment come into private property, it's usually easier to get it off of that private property than if it were public property. So if it were a public park, might have a little more difficulty getting homeless people off. And so we'll rely on people in the new neighborhood and people in existing neighborhoods to report anything that's going on in those spaces which isn't appropriate, and then the sheriffs can be called and things can happen. Yes. Sorry, I'm in charge of the questions, so I don't want to take charge.
I just wanted to talk about the parks again, because they're managed by the HOA, that they're owned by the HOA.
They are owned by the HOA, yes, and maintained by the HOA.
So I'm just wondering in the future, how do we, is that going to be in perpetuity that it's
Yes.
acceptable to the?
Yeah, it is. So in the approvals that will be before the Regional Planning Commission and the Board of Supervisors, all of those conditions will be in the approvals. So that's how it gets locked in.
Could that be changed in the same way that we moved here because of the zoning here, and then you just can go in and change the zoning? I mean, that's in essence what happened. We've been living and we moved here because of the space. We moved here because I can walk down to Lima and the temperature drops 15 degrees in the summer when you walk by the open green grasses, right?
Yeah.
And so you guys and whoever, you come in and you change the zone, so who's to say in the future that somebody can't come and just change the laws again?
Well, people can come in and change zoning, that's true, and that can happen anywhere. but it has to be, it's not anyone coming in and doing what they want to do, it has to be approved by the approval bodies. So it's up to the Regional Planning Commission, it's up to the Board of Supervisors to actually make those changes. They have to be approved. We're just requesting the change. Now, to be fair, this golf course was here before those zonings and the land use ever existed for Rowland Heights, because Rowland Heights general plan came into effect in 1981. This was here 20 years before that. So, but I understand what you're saying.
You know what
Sure.
I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Imagine where you live, somebody coming by and saying,
Yeah.
oh, we're changing the zoning here, and we're putting up all of these other
Right.
places.
Just for a little peace of mind, these open spaces are being approved as part of this development and part of these approvals. So unless someone's going to come and propose to remove all these homes at some day, which would never occur, that's not going to happen.
But if it's privately owned,
Let's take turns. She's been waiting a while.
When we had the large meeting at the Rowland High School auditorium, and many people showed up, and the county had a lot of money to put in the parks, and we all voted on what we wanted to see done with this golf course area. You know, it was overwhelmingly to be open space and used as parks, but the county didn't really listen. And then when we had the online Zoom meeting, I know it's true, they can't just do anything because they should listen to the people, but when we had the county meeting, 249 people spoke against it. And then when they voted, the parks or the planning people just, 4-1, they voted to go forward and investigate. So it's a matter of listening to the community. And yeah.
Okay, we have a question over here.
No, the concern is it's a privately owned, the HOA is private, the development's private. So what's to keep them, 12 months down the road, they're going, oh, we're private, we own this. The public's out.
When the project's approved, there are all kinds of lists of conditions that are part of the approval of the project. The project's got a whole list of entitlements that we're seeking: a general plan amendment, a zone change, conditional use permits, housing permits. All of those things, all those entitlements, what they're called, have conditions of approval. And it's a long list, and one of them will be that the open space, 37%, 28 acres of this 75 acres, will be open space available to the public. The trails will be publicly accessible. That's all documented in these approvals. So, you should feel comfortable that the county's making protections for those types of things, and that it can't just be built and then changed after the fact.
So I have a question and a comment. In the slide that you shared with us earlier today, you mentioned something about very low and average housing, correct? So I'm going to piggyback off of the comment this gentleman made right here. He asked about homelessness being able to be in the park and the general public space that the HOA will be covering. So if you guys are proposing low, average, and medium or average housing, how do you expect the homelessness problem to go away if these homes are not around?
That's a great question.
That's my question.
All right.
Now my comment is, Royal Vista Golf Course was owned and it was sold in a private sale, right? So who am I to tell any of you guys here what to do if you guys one day decide to sell your property? Unfortunately, that's what happened with the RHCCC golf course. That's what happened with the golf course. It was a private sale between the landowners and the developers. I know the community is against the project, but at the end of the day, there's not much we can do regarding what someone wants to do with the land they have owned for many years. It's unfortunate, but that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Except
Thank
it's
you.
2036. I'm
Would
sorry?
you like me to respond to your question?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So this slide talks about the 4 levels of affordability. And there's also a difference when you're talking about affordability between rental properties and ownership. All of our 360 homes will be for sale ownership. And so we are only proposing homes not in the extremely low or low categories, but the moderate homes are what are considered our affordable homes. That's for people with a median income of 120 to 150% of the average median income in the area. And it's based on household size and the size of the unit that they're buying. That's what sets the price. But, so those 82 homes will be for sale to people like firefighters, sheriff, police, school teachers, county employees, city employees, people in that income range, first-time home buyers, I mean, your children. That's who those are geared towards. So there's 72 townhomes that'll be 2, 3, and 4 bedrooms. That'll be moderately affordable. And then there will be 10 triplexes between 1,100 and 1,500 square feet that'll be in affordable for sale units. So how does this help homelessness, I guess is the question. And I showed a slide with the quote from Supervisor Solis that talked about the housing crisis can only be solved by building housing, all kinds of housing, market rate housing, moderate housing, low income housing, very low income housing. What happens when you build a moderate for sale home? Somebody buys that home, or even our market rate homes. Somebody's gonna buy our new market rate home. They're selling their other home, which may be a move up home. So their older home is gonna be sold to someone else who can afford something that's maybe less than that. They're gonna sell their home and move out of their rental. That's maybe something less than that. As people earnings increase, they move up, other homes are made more available. So just the availability of homes in general, of all kinds, helps the homelessness issue.
Okay, question over there?
Could you put the map again?
Sure.
This is a very specific question. The area where you show the trail.
All the red lines are
Yeah,
trails.
the one that goes kind of north, I guess.
Up at the top by
Not, yeah, right
Sir?
down, come down.
Come down.
At Kalima. That one.
Yep.
That one going all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a water culvert there. What are you gonna do with that?
Yeah. So as you know, there's storm drainage, and there's also sewer lines that run through the golf course that feed to your neighborhoods. And those come into the golf course in a number of locations. We're picking all of those up, whether it's sewer or whether it's storm drain. They're going into underground storm drain. They go to detention facilities and also water quality treatment. So you heard earlier tonight about runoff going to the ocean. Right now, anything that runs off onto the golf course property does go to the ocean. The only thing filtering is the grass that's mowed and fertilized and sprayed. What will happen in the future is it'll go to engineered detention facilities where the stormwater goes into a facility and it stays there. The pollutants settle out and cleaner water goes through a filtration system as well. And that, in this big storm, gets pushed to the oceans.
Go ahead, follow-up question.
Those units are located all throughout the neighborhood. There's a whole bunch of them, they're all underground.
I got a question.
So you won't ever know they're there, but they're there. They're on the
The
engineering.
follow-up question to, as I remember when we met in the gym many years ago on the first one, and the board did agree with us. It was at the same time I remember being told that the county plan and the Rowland Heights plan was being revised so that this area was going to be totally protected for greenery. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know the history. I know there were previous proposals for the property, the golf course property. We weren't a part of those, but I want to respond to that and something else we heard tonight. Our project, again, is only about half of the golf course property. The golf course is 156 acres. Our project's 75 acres. You heard about the Sun Joint development tonight? That's not us. Sun Joint recently did purchase the remaining golf course property, both north and south of Kalima. They haven't to the best of our knowledge and county planning, because we've asked the question, has any project, application, or design, or anything been submitted to the county for review? And we were told, no, nothing's been submitted. So we aren't aware of a project that's proposed. We don't know anything about that, neither does county planning.
Okay, hold on one second. We have about 5 more minutes of question and answers because, you know, as you know, this park closes at 9 o'clock. We need to be out of here before then. So about 5 more minutes of questions. I have 1, 2 lined up already.
I just want to make a comment about what you said earlier about homes, and I would like the county to take notice of my comment here. While more homes do help homelessness, not all homes are the same. And what you're doing right now is you're taking open space to convert it into housing. That is a loss of open space. A better use of housing, or a better way to develop housing, like you said, is multi-type housing. Building near commercial centers to facilitate less traffic, as well as more retail buying and selling. So while I agree, more homes are helpful, we need to be smart about what land we have left and how we use it. And county, please take note of that comment. Okay, Rowland Heights has a lot of commercial areas that can be used and needs to be considered in development, not robbing what open space is available. Please be smart about how homes are built.
I appreciate your comment. And I will tell you that this project site is considered an infill development, which the state and the county all see as appropriate places for development of residential as an infill development. And regarding the open space, I understand your comment, but let me just share with you. Right now, our 75-acre project has 0 publicly accessible open space. 0. You're paying to play golf, you can use it. If you're not, you can't use it. If you're walking on the trails at night and you live next door, you're trespassing. But we're providing 37%. I hope you care about 37% open space with 2.5 miles of trails.
Okay, last question here.
Oh, okay, quick.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Last question. You stated that these roads, sidewalks, so forth, are by the homeowners association, so forth. Then, if there is a sewer/drain, storm drain situation, who monitors, controls, and repairs those?
The sanitation district will manage the sewer and maintain the sewer. The public facilities, Roy, has answered your question.
Okay.
Same with the storm drains.
Okay, I think we are out of time in terms of questions. If you want to do a quick 30-second wrap up.
If you have more questions and you want to come Wednesday night, please come. If you aren't able to come Wednesday night and you have more questions, go to our website. There's a spot on there you can send us questions. But if you have comments on the EIR, of course, go to the county's website. There's a link on our website. There are translations of things related to our project in Spanish, Korean, and Chinese on our website. If you have neighbors that are interested in that, by all means, let them know. But related to the open space and the design of our project, and I didn't go into this tonight, but when we designed this project, we wanted to be sensitive to the community. Now, I know that if you live next door to the project, you may not feel that way, but we tried to design a project, and we looked at the designs that were done previously and the ones that you didn't like. I know you're not in favor of ours either, but if you look at the old designs, those homes were coming right up to your existing homes, backyards to backyards. We avoided that completely. We gave you buffers of 75 to 150 feet in between your existing home and these proposed new homes. We wanted to give you buffers and open space because we know you're currently adjacent to that type of a situation. We wanted to continue to provide that for you. So we were trying to be sensitive. We were trying to design a project that with a density that's similar to your existing neighborhoods. So these single-family detached homes do that. These aren't, the county, the state really prefer much more dense type residential development, multi-stories, parking structures, things of that nature. We didn't want to do that in this neighborhood because we thought this design fits within your community. So Appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
All right, everyone interested in our side, the good side, visit our table, sign up if you haven't received our emails. We send periodic updates. Visit our website, saverolvista.com. We have information on how to submit your comments by January 5th for the DEIR, and we have some templates and everything for you. So please visit our table in the back corner. Thank you.
And this
And one last comment from the county, they want you to know, and this flyer is actually on the table over there. If you'd like to pick it up, it'll have what I'm reading. Please submit written comments on the DEIR to the following address: Marie Pavlovic, LA County Planning, Subdivision Section, 320 West Temple Street, Room 160, Los Angeles. And there is her email there as well. So if you want to make a comment and you want that comment to be heard and replied to, please submit them through proper channels through this email. Again, I read it very quickly. I'm sure you did not memorize that off the top of your head.
Of course I did.
So the flyer is there on the table, so please get one. And that concludes this section. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't give Royal Vista a chance. I'm sorry, say Royal Vista.
Yeah, this is Royal Vista. And I just want to stress this out, that I've seen a lot of my neighbors here, and you can see that the crowd are much older. We have been in here for a long time, and I know some of my neighbors are really, really stressed because of this development. They have been here for a long time. They're enjoying the nice air, not to be all cramped up and enjoying the backyard and so forth. And with this thing, when it first started, a lot of my older age neighbors is really stressed about it. It's not good in the mental health. So think about that. You are actually kind of like bringing a lot of damages to like our neighbors here. Just be a little bit more consideration.
Thank you. Okay, this has been a very eventful evening. I thank you for coming to our monthly meeting. I encourage you to continue to come to our monthly meetings. We have refreshments there. We have these prizes, so we're going to call them out really quickly, okay, before you guys all head out. So let's go. Ready? The first one, 272, the last three numbers, 472. 472.
And this video will be on my YouTube channel tomorrow. Just type in Roy Humphreys, you'll find it.
472. Come on, pick one. 477.
You better get there.
477. All right, come on, pick one.
You better get there before I do. I'm going right behind.
Go ahead, put it right here. Right here. Pick one, pick one. The next one, 457. 457. 457. Ryan's going to pick some numbers for us. 457, come up. The next one, 484. 484.
Come on.
We got a lot of people here. 484.
That's you?
473. 473.
Come on, 473. Where are you? Come on.
453. 453.
You're getting close, not close enough.
464. 464. 464. Next one, 478. Yes, 72.
465. 465. 465.
478. 478. Did anybody get 478? $452. $452.
Come on, guys. Hey, look, we had some big winners over here.
452. 475. 475. 475. 475. 481. 481. 492. 492.
476. 476.
455. 455. All right.
476, anyone?
Yeah, they got it. Keep going. The next one, 493. 493.
480. 480. 480. Anyone?
446. 446. 446. 482. 482. 482.
456. 456.
482.
456. 456. 447. 447.
It was rigged. Okay. All right.
Four 67. 467. 467. 467. We got two more. 486. 486.
474. 474.
Okay.
Anyone? 474.
Last one. 474. Going once.
474.
Going twice.
Okay.
Okay, we'll pick again.
Okay.
463.
463.
463.
Got it.
Okay, that's it.